Everybody, how are you? It's Lori Buyer at SENTE, and this morning we're going to very soon be joined by Ashleigh King. Hi, how
Hi.
are you? Hey,
Good. How are you?
good. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. So everybody, for those of you who don't know, and thanks Ashleigh for spending your lunchtime with us today. I really appreciate it. Ashleigh is a skincare expert in the office of Shino Dermatology in Florida. She's also a SENTÉ ambassador, which means that, she spent some time with us in our labs in California. She's seen our products being made firsthand. She's learned a lot about the technology, and she has a lot to share. And we're really happy to have her here with us today. I do want to mention, before we go any further, that we'll be giving away a full-size dermal contour press serum today to someone who stays on throughout the entire broadcast and also either mentions in the comments what you love about SENTÉ, your favorite SENTÉ product, or asks us a question that we can answer live. So stick with us because you don't want to miss any of this. We have some great information coming up. So Ashleigh, thank you again for
inviting me.
So it's so good to see you. Tell everybody a little bit about you and your background, your practice, and how you came to this amazing career that you have now.
Yeah, so I didn't start out in aesthetics. I actually have a degree in hospitality management from FIU and was working over at the front desk of a hotel for about a year before I was approached by Dr. Aguilera's business consultant. And we started talking. I told her, yeah, I'm really into skincare, this and that. So she invited me to go down to Shino to become their skincare specialist. So I've been here for about 3 years working under Dr. Aguilera. It's been the best experience. I can't think of a better office to, learn everything about aesthetics, cosmetic treatments, especially skincare. Being able to go on these incredible trips and go to all these trainings and do things like this is really just a blessing. Our practice is located in South Florida, right on Los Olas Boulevard. It's a beautiful boulevard with a bunch of restaurants and shops. So we have a lot of patients that like to come down here, get their stuff in, then go out to lunch. So it's a really awesome location. And I think my favorite part about kind of getting into this industry is just being able to share my knowledge that I've learned about skincare and skin health with all of our patients. And, like I said, doing things like this where we get to have people from all over the country tune in to learn more about some of my favorite skincare brands.
Yeah, to me, that's amazing. How you found your way to his practice. And like you said, I can't think of a better place and a better person, to share their expertise with you, for you to learn. And you do a lot of other really interesting things too, outside of that. I was reading about some of your off time activities. And so, not only do you have the amazing, ability to help your patients in the office, but you also have some other things that you do outside of work that I thought were also very interesting, because they're some of my same hobbies as well. So yeah. That was pretty cool. So, what are you, or let's say, what is your office known for? And what do you guys, what do people come to you for the most? What is it that you do better than anyone else?
I think the biggest one, just being with Dr. Aguilera and his reputation, is Sculptra. It's what he preaches. It's his go-to injectable, not only because, patients love it and they get amazing results, but it's a reliable product. Patients, when they start seeing their results 2 months later, they are shocked. They didn't think that they could get results like that just from an injectable. So that keeps them coming back. It's a really awesome product that I know he is really passionate about, but also lasers. I mean, we're really big on lasers, especially with the addition of Kelly. She's our physician assistant that we recently brought on. She is like the laser queen. She is who Dr. A trusts with all of her BBL patients and CO2s and things like that. So that's been a really a newer thing that we've seen patients specifically coming in to request. And again, that ties hand in hand with skincare. They need their post-procedure products, their pre-treatment products. So I think the lasers and the injectables are probably two of the biggest things that we get requests from for patients.
Talk a little bit about, Sculptra versus some of the hyaluronic acid fillers, because there may be some people viewing that don't necessarily know that there is a difference there, and they kind of serve different purposes.
Yeah. So with the HA fillers, those are kind of your classic fillers that you'll get those immediate results afterwards. So, maybe something you're getting injected in your lip, in your lips, maybe your cheeks, areas like that. With Sculptra, it's a polylactic acid based injectable. So you aren't going to really see those results for a couple months after being injected. So that's why it's really important to educate the patients about the difference. of those two injectables, because you don't want the patient to have unrealistic expectations. But it's actually stimulating that your own collagen production. So it's one of those injectables that's going to last way longer than the typical HA fillers. So it is a, preference, I guess, for the patient, but it's going to depend on the outcome that they're looking for, depending on which one that he's going to use.
Right. And then there's a longer, like it lasts longer once it's injected, and the results last a lot longer, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Very nice. So how do you talk to patients about the lasers they need, the injectables they need, and the skincare, and help them to understand that it's really the big picture and that you have to have a little bit of everything to meet your needs from all angles?
So a really cool tool that we use actually to have, that discussion and kind of start that conversation is the Vizio machine. So it's the one that's sitting right behind me. So we'll have patients when they come in for their initial consultation, or if they're just want kind of an updated treatment plan, for their skin, we'll have them go under the machine. It'll do the whole analysis. So it shows everything on top of your skin and everything under your skin. So that's a really good way to have that conversation with the patients and really show them kind of, if they've been so focused on, oh, I really don't like my under eyes. Oh, well, the bigger problem here is actually your brown spots, So it's a really good tool to kind of, like I said, show the patient maybe the bigger issues that they aren't going to notice right now, but will become an issue in the future. So we can use that to recommend different laser procedures, especially products. That's a huge one for recommending retinols and vitamin C's, things like that. And then obviously injectables, you can see everything on the skin, so they can kind of point out specifically what they don't like.
Yeah, I remember when I worked in an office, and you'd have that conversation, no, I'm fine. I don't need anything. I just want a moisturizer. I just, I don't really like what's going on around my eyes. But then when they see themselves, in a Vizio compared to a database of a lot of other people, same age, same skin type, you can actually see those pictures. I think it becomes more real. And I think that's, that's normal for all of us. When you can see a picture of it, it's very evident.
Exactly.
Right, what it is that you need to be working on. So talk about specifically pigmentation in your area, because you're in a place where people, can be out in the sun most of the year, want to be out in the sun. So how does that impact the treatments that you offer, maybe the products that people use, and what time of year they have those treatments?
Yeah, so, I mean, you said it right there. It's a huge concern that we have a lot of patients coming in with is sun damage. And a lot of the times it's sun damage from, 10, 15 years ago that they didn't think was going to be a problem until now. So I feel like we do a lot of those more corrective treatments, especially with the BBL, and it's not just the face, it's face, neck, and chest, the whole 9 yards. So we have to have those conversations with patients that, of course, we live in a beautiful climate. Everyone wants to be on their boat at the beach, this and that, but you really need to think of the long-term effects of what that sun damage is going to do to your skin. So I mean, the most we can do is just encourage them to stay out of the sun as much as they can. But if they are going to be in the sun, using an SPF of 30 or higher, using their vitamin C, wearing a hat, whatever they can do to really kind of control that damage that could possibly happen. We try and encourage them as much as possible. I mean, we have so many different products that we can recommend to them to correct the problem, but why not try and encourage them to prevent it from happening? So, but with the patients that do come in that have those issues that are kind of the damage is already done, we do have a ton of other products that we use to correct it, such as Suspera. That's a really big one that has been a blessing in our practice for a lot of our hyperpigmentation and melasma patients, in combination with the laser. So it's a great product that we recommend that they can use right up until their treatment. So that's, like I said, been a really big blessing in our practice.
Yeah, good. And it is a great product, for that reason. You can use it, throughout the summer. You don't have those concerns for sun sensitivity because it works differently in the skin and on the skin. And it really is about managing someone's lifestyle. Instead of saying, no, you can't go out in the sun at all, because we know that's not realistic. And you really do have to kind of listen to what someone does on a daily basis and what they're willing to do in their regimen in order to really make that difference to their skin in a more realistic way. So yeah, very, very exciting. Tell me a little bit about what you do in your off time, and kind of what you've done while your office was closed for just a bit.
Yeah, I mean, of course, with us being closed, it's still important to freshen up on skincare knowledge. So I took kind of a turn into freelance writing, which is something that I love to do on my off time. So I'll offer, services to other, blogs or whatever, articles on skincare specifically, procedures, body sculpting procedures, things like that. So I really enjoy working on that on my off time. something that I kind of rediscovered, I guess, with having so much downtime is my love for baking and cooking. I feel like I never do that with working a full-time job and then coming home and being exhausted. So that was something that I kind of dusted off my kitchen appliances and started doing a lot. Raising my golden doodle puppy, that's been very time consuming with him being such a baby lately, so taking the training and things like that. But I think the big one is just being able to actually hone in and kind of sit there and not really have another choice except to study and learn more about products and be able to have more knowledge to share with the patients once we came back.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those things where all the things that I thought I'll get to that one day, when I don't have this deadline or that deadline or that, and then, realizing that to a certain extent, that was just, making excuses. And then you find out there's some things you don't want to do.
Exactly.
How much time you have, you're just not going to.
Yeah.
I do like to bake. So what did you bake the most often, and what did you learn new to bake?
Well, it's so funny because my sister also, she's home from school, obviously because of everything happening. So we were kind of quarantining together. We had tried every chocolate chip cookie recipe under the sun, and every single time it was a flop. I don't know if it's my oven. I don't know if it's the ratios, but it is hilarious. Every time we talk about it, we're like get chills of thinking about the chocolate chip cookies that were totally failed. It's so funny. But as far as new recipes, I don't know. I love, I found a really good recipe for cinnamon rolls, like homemade cinnamon rolls, which took the entire day. So I don't know if I'm going to do that again anytime soon, but that was really fun to kind of commit to a project and have this, really delicious result to share with everyone.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So the only thing I can do is bake. I'm a horrible cook, and anybody that gets near me knows I can't cook. But if you want a dessert, I've got you. I can make it.
You're the
yeah, I can do it. And I feel you on the chocolate chip cookies, because years ago I tried to make pecan pies and went through pounds of pecans and I couldn't get it right. And now I'm allergic to nuts, so I'm not going to try it again. But my mother was visiting for a while, and she made brownies every day for breakfast. Not joking. Yes. But it's fun, and it is, it's like it is creative, right? It's another creative outlet. It is kind of like what we do in skincare. It's what is the recipe to get this outcome, and then you perfect it along the way, and you had plenty of time to work on a chocolate chip cookie recipe. Somebody's asking me, I know now our Instagram live is about cookies. Somebody's asking to repeat the product that we were talking about for pigmentation.
Oh, Suspera. Yes. So it's an excellent product for pigmentation. It has kind of a little process of how you have to apply it. Totally clean skin, dry skin. You apply it, leave it on for 15 minutes, wash it off. So it's a cysteamine-based product that works to inhibit the melanin, get rid of any unwanted pigmentation. It's, for us specifically, like I said, living in South Florida, we have so many patients that will end up using it kind of everywhere. And then once they're on it, they're kind of hooked. So it's a great product to really correct unwanted pigmentation problems.
Yeah, it is. We love it. Absolutely. So going back a little bit to skincare, how it fits into the plan for your patients. Tell us specifically, what you like about SENTÉ and what appeals to you the most about SENTÉ products. I
love SENTÉ, and I think the main reason why is just because of the science backed behind all of their products. You really do get results from these products. So that's why it makes it so easy to recommend them to patients is, when you use them yourself, it's really easy for you to be passionate about them and actually tell the patient that, I really do use it myself and it really does work. And I think the addition of HSA in those products makes the world of a difference, and there really is nothing else like it. So having that intense hydration in all of these different products, especially the retinols, that's a huge one for us, really does set those products apart. And like I said, deliver the results that these patients, I think, have tried so long and hard looking for the right product. And the fact that these do deliver the results makes it so much easier to recommend them. But I will stress on the retinols how much better these patients have been more inclined to use them, I guess you could say, because I think a lot of patients were scared of retinols, and we can tell them, with confidence, no, this is not going to dry you out. It's not going to give you those typical signs of redness or irritation because it has so much hydration in them. It's been so much easier to use them as our kind of go-to retinol products.
Yeah, I do like that. I think that's the big difference. And like you said, everybody needs a retinol. And it was hard, I think, before BioComplete Serum to have something that people with incredibly sensitive skin or incredibly dry skin could use. But, you look at patients and you want them to have that correction that they can get from retinol that they're probably not going to get in many other products.
Exactly.
Right. And they're the patients with like the very dry skin, the very sensitive, like that crinkly, crepey skin. And you just think, how am I going to help them with a retinoid? And for us, BioComplete Serum, it's one of our most popular products. It's one of our best sellers, has a great technology. The combination of HSA, a little bit of HA, and those retinoids that are like gently released into the skin really do give you that glowing result that you want without any dryness and without any peeling, which is huge.
Yeah, that's been the biggest one for us actually for pre-treating, especially with lasers. That specific product has been our go-to with, of course, the daily soothing cleanser and then the dermal repair cream for post-procedure. But for pre-treating, that one has been huge just because literally any skin type can use it, and you're not going to get that annoying irritation, those 4 weeks of irritation before the actual laser. They can just go straight into doing the treatment. It's been really great.
Perfect. Tell me personally what products you use in your regimen.
Well, quite a few. My kind of top 4 are the daily, the Dermal Contour Press Serum, the Intensive BioComplete Cream, the Illuminate Eye Cream, and then the Ultralight Defense Moisturizer, which I think has been, that one specifically is probably my favorite, even though it's, just kind of like a basic moisturizer. It's so lightweight, and especially in this, humid climate and with my skin that tends to be a little bit more oily, it is literally the perfect moisturizer. But of course, with the Dermal Contour Press Serum, it has all these incredible ingredients. It's literally like liquid gold. I feel like there is not a serum that comes close to that. A retinol at night is a no-brainer, and my skin can handle the cream. Not the serum is fantastic and it's nice and gentle, but I like kind of the more serious retinol, so I do prefer the BioComplete Cream.
Right.
Obviously, the Illuminate Eye Cream has been like the holy grail product in our practice since we brought it on.
Yeah, the Dermal Contour Press Serum, we talk a lot about that. And then somebody's mentioning Dermal Repair Cream, both great products. The Intensive BioComplete Cream, definitely with a 0.5% retinol. And some of the other gags is ideal if you have a lot of damage, more visible, hyperpigmentation, you have that loss of elasticity, you get the improvements in like the clarity and the texture pretty quickly too, which is really and you can also get some of those results with Dermal Contour Press Serum just from that hydration and the firming from the inside of the skin. I'm going to mention, here's Dermal Contour Press Serum again. If you're just joining us or you're tuning in, leave a comment about your favorite SENTE product, what you like about SENTE, or ask us a question to be entered to win Ashleigh's favorite product, Dermal Contour Press Serum. So talk about the importance of sunscreen. I know no matter what you do, lasers, injectables, peels, none of it matters unless you're protecting your skin. So talk to us about how you have that conversation and what you tell people about the importance of sunscreen.
Yeah, so I mean, again, the biggest conversation starter for any sort of sun damage conversation is with the Vizia. So that's where we start. And just reminding patients that, if you're going to be investing so much time and so much money into these laser treatments, these chemical peels, your other, really expensive products, it's not going to matter if you continue to go in the sun without protection, So I think that it's a really huge conversation that's really important to have with all of our patients. SPF 30 or higher, no matter what, physical sunscreens tend to be the best because they don't absorb into the skin. So no patient is going to leave here without a sunscreen. And then I think we have somebody who wants to say hello.
Uh-oh. Who is it?
Put this on. You can take a seat if you want.
No, this is nice to meet. Hello, how are you guys?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. How have you been?
I've been good, trying to stay alive like everybody else.
I know, it's so good to see you. I was telling Ashleigh just the joy that you bring into the room. Just, it's amazing. It really is. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So tell us what your favorite SENTE product is while we have.
I love the eye cream. I tell everybody to use that. It's definitely one of my favorites. I can't live without it. Little tiny thing, but it's so powerful.
I know, and isn't that true? I think eye creams are tiny, right? And you just need a little bit, but
a little goes a long way. I mean, it lasts as long as the other one, but I see a big change, so I recommend it to everybody.
Nice. Yeah. How are things going there for you guys? Are you back to normal-ish or?
Well, we have to follow a protocol, so I'm seeing just 50% of the patients that that I'm used to seeing, but I'm actually enjoying the extra time. I'm not so stressed. I'm not running. I don't feel fatigued by the end of the day. I have more time to teach my residents, write more journals, book chapters, prepare for webinars all over the world in the United States. So I don't know how I did it before. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't think I want to see as many patients as I used to before COVID. I need to slow down. That was, slow down, smell the roses.
Yeah, I know. And, I think that's been the case for all of us is, what's really important and what's really valuable and what is absolutely urgent. And I honestly don't know how you've done everything that you've done. I see you on Instagram, I see you on webinars, I see you at medical conferences in various countries, and you are superhuman. You really are. You have so much energy, but you do have a passion for what you do, and that's what drives you. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that definitely. I like to inspire people, because somebody asked me once, "Why do you do what you do?" Like, definitely it's not for the money, because I can make more money if I stay here. I actually lose money when I do all of these things. But I like to inspire people, and that's why I do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do a great job of inspiring people. I will tell you that.
Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
So wonderful to talk to you. I'm going to go and see some patients, but I wanted to pop in, say hello to everybody.
Thank you.
And let them know how much I love your line and how well it's doing your place.
Thank you
so much.
Thank
Okay.
you. We love you. Thank you for your time, doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's the nicest person. Please, I know that he's just as amazing to work with as we think he is. I know he is.
Yeah, it's a whole other environment, when he's around, especially when we're getting to work with him like on projects, for filming or social media or things like that. He just, totally dissolves all the stress that's incorporated with, recording and making videos. So he's really awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing. Oh, thank you. Thanks for having him pop in. That was a nice surprise for everybody.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I know. So let's talk about 3 skincare mistakes that a lot of people make. What are those to you? What are the things that you see most often?
Ooh, the things I see most often, the biggest one I think is people who feel like they need to exfoliate their skin every day. So whether that's by a physical scrub or with a like a chemical-based cleanser, they are stripping their skin way too much, and they'll come to me and say, "Oh, my skin's so dry. I'm using this scrub every single day." I'm like, pump the brakes. 3 times a week. That's all you need. You don't want to be stripping the skin's acid mantle too much. The second mistake I see a lot is people neglecting their neck, their neck and chest. So, like I said, a lot of the times patients will come in and just want treatments on their face, and we'll say, okay, well, if you're just doing laser on your face, it's not going to match the neck. It's not going to match the chest. So at least starting them off on some kind of cream that's going to be specifically for these delicate areas definitely helps the patient to kind of give it a little extra TLC. And then the last mistake I think I see all the time are patients who do not use a toner. So a toner, I think, is one of the most overlooked products in a skincare regimen. I think it's so important to remove all of the extra dirt, makeup, oil, and really balance the skin's natural pH level. And I think that patients do see a difference once they start including a toner after cleansing, that the rest of their products go on a lot smoother.
I have to agree with that. And I was an anti-toner person for a very long time. Used one years and years ago, stopped. And, now being at home, knowing I'm not going anywhere to a trade show, nobody's going to see if something goes wrong. I've started using a toner again, right? If it happens, it's not like it's going to be out there. Yeah. But I do agree, but I think it has to perform a function, right? I think either needs to like rebalance your pH, or like you said, get the rest of that, sebum off the surface of your skin, provide a little exfoliation. So, if you're going to use it, make sure it has a purpose, but I definitely agree with all of those. Someone is asking a question here. It says, I love Cispra. It's completely reduced my melasma, but I still have a few stubborn spots, which is pretty normal. What's a good product to safely use in conjunction with Cispra? What do you guys recommend there in a regimen with Cispra to help in that situation?
I think the biggest one, especially with, like I said, pigmentation across the board, is the vitamin C. I think, just one of the holy grail products that should be in everyone's regimen. It's going to protect your skin against further damage. It's going to help correct the damage that's already there. That's a big one that I think goes along with any other products. And there's so many different formulations out there now. There's ones that are formulated for super sensitive skin, ones that are a little bit more acidic, ones that specifically correct, more intense damage on the skin. So I don't think there's any reason why patients should not be using a vitamin C. That would be in the morning, and then depending on when they're using this as fair, if they want to do a retinol nighttime, that's also a really good option.
Yeah, and sunscreen, of course, but we knew that. And then I think also, if you wanted to add in, we actually have some really nice new before and after pictures using our dermal repair cream in a regimen with Cispra. And there's some very nice improvements in the hydration that you see in and on the skin when you're using those two together, as well as improvements in sensitivity and further improvements in the pigmentation. So, to your point, vitamin C serum, sunscreen, Cispra, retinoid, dermal repair cream is a really nice, solid, all-around regimen to address all of those concerns for you. So that's what we talk about, and we totally believe in that. So, and I agree with everything you just said. Absolutely. So a little bit different here, not talking about skincare. Tell me some of the things that you do every day without exception. It does not matter what's going on, what time you get up, what else needs to be done. What are you going to do every single day, whether it's, skincare, yoga, something that kind of sets you off in the right direction for the day? What are those things?
I think you just said it right there. Skincare is like my biggest kind of ritual, I guess you can call it, morning and night. It's something that I look forward to, and I think that that's a really big topic that is really important to educate our patients on. I feel like a lot of patients come in thinking that skincare is a chore when it shouldn't be. It should be something that you look forward to right when you get up in the morning, to wash your face using your favorite cleanser, putting on your serums, maybe using your new face to get that, instant lift or whatever the case may be. And then nighttime after a long day, you use a different cleanser to kind of get all your stuff off. You put on your retinol, your thicker moisturizer, and then you go to sleep. So I think, at least obviously being in this industry, I won't go to sleep without using my skincare, won't wake up and leave the house without doing my skincare. So that's definitely my everyday ritual, that no matter what, I'm going to make sure that I make time for it. Even if I'm running late or if I'm too tired in the evening, I have to make sure I do all those steps.
It's a good point. It doesn't matter. For people who say I don't have time for a good skincare regimen, literally you could do it in 10 minutes if you had to, or less. It's, cleanse, tone, product, sunscreen, and you're ready to go. I have been doing that since I was 13. I had acne. So it's a habit for me no matter what. Like you said, there have been some times when I've like dozed off a little bit on the sofa and I just wake up panicked and think, oh my goodness, how long was I asleep like that with my makeup on my face, have to get up and do it now? That's a non-negotiable and just so easy and part of my daily habit.
Yeah, and when patients find the right products, when they find the products that are working for their skin, it's no longer that, annoying thing they have to do before they go to bed, or the thing that they, are dreading when they wake up in the morning. So when you really find those products that deliver the results that work for you and your skin, it makes you so much more excited to use them.
That is such a great point, and that just explains it all, right? When something's working for your skin, you wouldn't skip it. And so, looking back at the times that I didn't care and I didn't, or a patient doesn't stick to their skincare regimen, it's probably because they're not seeing the results they wanted to see from it, and so they don't see the point.
Exactly.
But on that, every day, twice a day, wash your face morning and night, use your products, use your sunscreen, and stick with it. Be patient, give it time to work, because it does take 4 to 6 weeks depending on what you're using and how much needs to be corrected and what you want to see. So you have to stick with that. Being
patient is huge. That's another thing we have to remind patients is to be patient.
And I think that's tougher now because we want to see results so much faster.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you want to see fast results, use a filter while you're using your good skincare to get you where you want to be. I think the good thing for us is that, our dermal repair cream, dermal contour, some of our products do show some really nice improvements in hydration in a shorter time span than most people are accustomed to.
For sure.
Yeah, you can at least see that in 2 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks, you start to see improvements in hydration and texture. And I think that really will, encourage you to keep using a good skincare regimen.
Yeah, and I think that's on that point with the Derma Contour Press Serum. I'm telling, it is like liquid gold, especially for all of our patients that want to maintain that glow and that really nice firmness and plump after getting their treatments. They're just so happy with it, and they really can't imagine their lives without it. After they started using it, it's like the anti-aging, I think, serum on the market right now. It's fantastic.
It is amazing. I love it. I love the texture. Love how it feels when you put it on. It's like nice and fresh, kind of cooling. There's like no greasy feeling to it at all. You almost don't even think or feel it there once you apply it, and you get this just nice hydration and firming over time. Just absolutely love the product. Tell me what you love most about your career. We've probably already talked about it, but what is the one thing that you look back and you think, I'm so glad that I came here, because I wouldn't want to be doing anything else?
I think just being able to meet so many new awesome people that are in this industry, people in skincare, people in aesthetics, people who are repping the companies for fillers and machines. Everyone comes from such a different background and has such a different opinion on the industry. So it's really interesting to learn, kind of how everyone thinks and how to maybe find a new approach to recommend products to a patient that I've maybe never thought of before. Obviously being able to go to all these different trainings and do things like this, I absolutely love. Working under Dr. Aguilera has been a blessing. And obviously getting to try all these different awesome products is probably my favorite part. And being able to try them and be able to have like a realistic recommendation to give to patients. So I think it's an awesome industry. It's always growing. And it's really awesome to see patients come out with these really incredible results that maybe they didn't think that they could get without using higher quality skincare. It's really awesome when you are pushing a patient and telling them, you need to be really careful in what you're putting on your skin, and, good skincare is going to cost you a little bit more, but it will be worth it in the end. Seeing those results that they're getting and that they're, really happy and coming back and repurchasing, definitely makes it all worth it.
It does. I think, helping, like you said, helping someone with something that seems so simple as, better skin, and just helping them to reach their goals is just incredibly rewarding. And then learning along the way. We do have, in this industry, we have some of just the nicest people who want to help, who want to learn, and who want to share with you. I've met some of the kindest people I'll probably ever know in my life in this industry, and have learned so much. So it's, I couldn't agree with you more about all of that. So on that, what is your advice to other people who would want to follow in your footsteps and who want to come work in your office now, or want to work in this industry for sure?
I would just say, do it. It's such a fun industry. Like I said, it's constantly growing. Definitely, I think doing your research and seeing the different areas. There's so many different things you can do. If you want to become an esthetician, if you want to, become a physician assistant, become a doctor, whatever, just be a skincare specialist, whatever it is. I think it's such an awesome industry to be in. There's so many perks, but definitely doing your research, learning about the different areas, kind of figuring out which area is right for you. But it's definitely an industry that pays back. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it does. It's a great learning experience on so many levels. Science, beauty, skincare, just the things that you thought you would never learn and that you would never see. It's
exactly.
I love it a lot. Thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give away the Derma Contour Press Serum. And the winner is Jocelyn and Co. And Jocelyn, I see your account name on the screen right now, and you asked about Cispra. If you want to send us a DM, we will connect with you to get your product to you. Tell us, Ashleigh, are you guys open every day now?
Yeah, we're Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But like Dr. A was saying, we're seeing less patients. So same hours, just less patients.
Do you feel like you get to spend more time with everyone, talk to them about their concerns, anything that's changed since the beginning of the year? And are you addressing new and different concerns for some of your patients?
Definitely being able to spend more time with patients, and just the flow of the practice, I feel like, is so much less, go. It's a lot less stress. So it's been really nice to be able to connect with patients a little bit more, hear, what they were doing during the quarantine, hear about their experience with everything going on. It's really interesting. And as far as concerns, I feel like, at least what I've seen, a lot of patients are coming in and kind of doing everything. all at once to kind of get, kind of make up for lost time on when they weren't able to come in for 2 months. A lot of lasers, a lot of those bigger lasers, especially since patients are able to stay home more likely than not now. A lot of CO2s, a lot of the halos, full face, neck and chest. So it's been a little bit of a different pattern than beginning of the year.
I can see that because I think, when the doctor's offices are open, I might want to run out and get one of everything.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens and we close again. So
Exactly.
I completely understand that it's not a bad idea. Do you have pictures of your puppy with you?
Of course, I have pictures of my
puppy.
puppy. I'll show you. Yeah, he's so cute. He's been such a mess, though, being a puppy, acting like a crazy person. But yeah, his training has been the biggest.
Isn't it? I know. One of my dogs is in my room with me right now. Oh my gosh. How cute is he? What's his name?
His name is Remy. He's only 4 months, so he'll be huge by the time he's a year.
What a beautiful dog. And they're fairly easy to train. I mean, they're incredibly smart.
Yeah, no, he's definitely smart. He's just got an attitude on him, so he doesn't like to be trained, but
he's got nice hair. So.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a beautiful, oh my God, how sweet is that? So tell us again, where you guys are located, website, how to find you if someone wants to make an appointment with you, and anything else that you would want people to know about how to take care of their skin now as we, are in the middle of summer.
Yeah. So again, our practice is Shino Cosmetic Dermatology. You can follow us on this Instagram account, Shino Derm. You can go online to our website, shinoderm.com, to see kind of what we offer. You can call the office to make an appointment. You can DM on Instagram to make an appointment, whatever is easiest for you. And we're located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right on Los Olas Boulevard. So it's an awesome location. And I think as far as skincare, especially with everything going on and it being summertime, kind of like we've been talking about, sunscreen is going to be huge. That's going to be the biggest one to prevent any further damage. And I feel like with patients having, at least here in South Florida, having so much more time to themselves, a lot of patients are taking advantage of the beaches, taking advantage of the parks, being outside. So sunscreen is just going to go hand in hand with that to make sure that they're still protecting their skin, especially if they're going to be doing a series of lasers, a series of chemical peels, like we mentioned before. It's a no-brainer, all year round.
Yes, and just remind everybody, so let's say you're in the sun, you've been in the sun all summer, you decided that you want to have a laser treatment. If someone wants to come to your office for a laser treatment, how long are you going to tell them that they absolutely must have no sun exposure before you will treat them?
So when we say sun exposure, direct sun exposure, so being on the beach, being on a boat with no hat, whatever the situation is, we typically will tell patients 2 to 3 weeks of nothing, absolutely nothing, to kind of give their skin a break and see kind of, I think, the true quality of their skin, because a lot of the times if they've been in the sun, on a vacation for a month and they come in, it's a lot more enhanced. So we tell them to kind of, step out for a few weeks, come back to us again so we can see the true quality of their skin to see the right treatment protocol from there.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's always a good reminder to people who, have overdone it maybe a little bit this summer and then want to fix it all in the fall. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting.
Amazing. We got to see you. We got to see Dr. A. We got to see your puppy. We've talked about skincare. It's an amazing day for us.
Very
awesome. You're lovely. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us, and everyone for joining us at SENTÉ as well. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks, Ashleigh. Have a good.
Thank you. Good to see you, Lori.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.